Alright everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I'm Sean, this uneducated gamer playing Football Manager 2015. Following on from that last episode where we played Sydney FC in our first game of the season away from home, 1-1 draw with them. Mikel Tavares had an absolute cracker to bring them back into the game. They didn't threaten much outside of that, and to be honest, we had a ton of chances where we could have won that game, particularly Vidicic probably could have finished 2 or 3 more. But, you know, Sydney are a good side. I expect them to be towards the top of the table, so a draw with them on the first game of the season away from home isn't the worst result. And then, of course, it took us until extra time, but we did get past Heidelberg United in the FFA Cup quarter-final. It took an Eric Pardelou penalty, but to be fair, we kept them under pressure for a majority of the time. We're just struggling to find the back of the net and make the most out of the chances that we're creating, and that's been the theme in the first 2 games, and then, of course, the last one that I played off-screen against Newcastle Jets as well. 0-0 draw in that game. We had them under the pump the entire of the match. Corey Gamero missed about 10 chances. Eli Babar was just as guilty. So really, we just need to find a consistent finisher up front, and hopefully the incentive of the first Melbourne Derby this season, the first of 3, will be enough for the players to start finding the back of the net. We do have a fair few people out for this contest though, which is unfortunate. If we have a look at the guys that are unavailable at the moment, you can see Pardelou, Vidicic and Edwards are all out. Edwards is out for 3 months, Vidicic for 6 to 8 weeks, and Pardelou for about 8 to 10 days. So not the happiest period at the club. We have, though, welcomed back Melling, Garuccio and Mork and Luke Gallo in our youth team. I might actually promote him to the seniors from the Asian Under-19 Championships. And Australia actually did pretty well in those results, and so did each of these players. Jacob Melling actually won himself the MVP of the entire tournament. If we go to his achievements here, see here, Asian Under-19 Championships Most Valuable Player. So 2 assists in 5 games, gave him an average rating of 7.6 and was enough to win that award. Australia, though, unfortunately lost in the final on penalties to South Korea, but if we click on the match here, you can see Mork, Melling, Gallo and Garuccio all started that game, with Garuccio coming off with 20 minutes remaining. So I guess that's kind of good for the future of the club, that we've got 4 players in the Australian Under-19 squad, so there are some good, talented juniors at the club, and hopefully them going over and experiencing that in Australia. Oh, apparently it was in Australia. Apparently them going nowhere and experiencing that competition, hopefully that will be good in terms of their development, and they continue on from there. You can see Mork also had 2 assists, so maybe he just missed out on the MVP award as well. However, given that they just flew back into the country yesterday, I have given each of them 2 days off training, and they're not going to be involved in the match squad today, but hopefully each of them will be ready to go for the match against Adelaide United. With those injuries, we're a little bit short on the wings at present, so it's kind of a mishmash of players out there at the present. Out there for this match, we're going to go with Clisby, Liari, Chapman and Franich as our backline. Zulo is going to anchor the midfield in place of Pardelou. Rattray and Hurd ahead of him. Moy's going to play on the right-hand side, Espandola on the left, and Gamero leading the line up top. On the bench, we've got Stevania, Kisnorbo, Babal and Marino. Hopefully, the only sub we'll have to make will be Babal coming on, but we'll see how we go. The idea being that it is the first derby of the season, so none of the players should need any extra motivation for that. One of the biggest games of the year, not just between our 2 clubs, but in the entire A-League calendar. So we'll submit that team there. Franich is going to take the armband, with both Pardelou being out and Kisnorbo on the bench. Melbourne City won't rely. So they've picked victory to win this match. They have 1-1, drawn 1 in their opening 2 games. It's only 2 points ahead of us, but our 2 draws see us sitting just outside the top 6 at the moment. Pardelou and Vidicic being out is going to hurt us a little bit, but that's fine. This is why we have a squad of 21 players. These things happen throughout the course of a year. They've got players that we're going to have to watch out for. They have Bessart Berisha in the striking role. He's going to be very important for them. He's their current marquee player, really good finishing and heading, good physical attributes. He's a hell of a competitor. Bit of a journeyman throughout Europe, started his career in Albania, then Germany, then Norway, Denmark, via the Championship, back to Bellafield before making his home in that Brisbane Roar side. Won 3 titles with them. He was part of that same group with Eric Pardelou and Ivan Franich. That was so successful for Brisbane. 21 goals in his first 29 appearances is a phenomenal return for any player, let alone a first season one. 14 and 11 in the following seasons. Doesn't mean he's deteriorated. He was injured in both of those years. And basically, in the A-League, anytime a striker gets double figures, it's seen as a tremendously successful year for him. Most recently, Melbourne Victory, he scored 15 or 16 goals, I think, in their title-winning season, including the one that got them on the way in that grand final against Sydney FC. Ollie Bozanic is going to be their other marquee for the upcoming season. Really good Australian midfielder, only 25. Started his career with Reading at their youth academy before going to Central Coast and was part of their one title winning season in 2010-2011. Then with FC Luzern for the last couple of years in Switzerland. I think he had a pretty good time over there as well, made a lot of appearances for them, but now he's returning to Melbourne to play for the Victory as their marquee. Guy Finkler on the other side, another club slut, has just been all over places throughout South America. Seems to have found himself a decent home at Melbourne Victory and is a very good technical player, good advanced playmaker for them, but thankfully they're forcing two central players into wide positions today. Carl Valeri is one that we'll have to watch out for. He's their current captain and an absolute beast. 51 caps for the national side, 1 goal in that time as well. Pretty good stamina, good strength in the middle of the park. He's really good out of the air, awesome tackling and really good distribution from that base of midfield. So I'm sure he'll be at the forefront of anything decent that they do in this match. But they've got good players and probably the best overall squad of any team in the division at the moment. So it's going to be a tough game and we'll definitely have to be to our best. But hopefully we can finish the chances that we've created so far this season. I'm going to go assertive. Come on, lads, show me what you can do. And it looks like Chapman and Espandola have both responded well to that. The two teenagers, of course, getting fired up. In the they actually played each other 4 times last year, so 3 times in the league and once in the semi-finals. Victory won 2 of those games, City won 1, and the other one was a 0-0 draw. So the big important one, the semi-final, was the one that Victory won. Georgievski's just put a header off the post inside the opening 5 minutes. That's not great. They comprehensively beat us 3-0 in the semi-final. They were just ruthlessly efficient. It wasn't necessarily like a 3-0 game. The match was probably a bit more even than was reflected in the scoreline, but like the good chances that they had, they took them fantastically well, and before you knew it, it was 3-0. And to be fair, they deserved to be both the league and cup champions last year. They were the best side in the competition by a very long way, so worthy winners. Retro with the ball now in the centre of the park. Good tackle from Valeri. We spoke about him early in the game. They have it high up the pitch now. Barbarouses goes back to Broxham, who spreads it wide to Finkler. Close him down, and he does well. Clisby with the tackle there. Espandola plays it to Moy. Skips past one and goes for a ball over the top to Gamero. Can he find the finish? No, he's put that one in the side netting. His touch was just a little heavy and took him a bit wide of the goal. We've injured Lee Broxham, which is good because Lee Broxham is a prick. Vukovic with a goal kick now. Larry's up well to Retro. Gamero needs to bring players in. Instead, he looks for Espandola down the line. Can he find a ball? No, it's hacked away by Garea, the Melbourne Victory centre-back. Barbarouses holds it up really well and spreads it out wide to Bzanic. That's what we need more of from Gamero, I think. Well, it's a good ball in, and Berisha, thankfully, doesn't get that strike on target. Puts it high and wide to the left-hand side. Moy with a free kick now. Oh, it's not a good one. I have set Moy to take all of our corners, free kicks and penalties, just because I like him. Georgievski with the ball in now, and is that a save, or did Bzanic hit the post? It's going way too quick for me to keep up with what's happening in some of these, so I'm just going to drop that back down just so I can see a little bit clearer. 48% of the ball, 4 shots, none on target. That is pathetic as far as we're concerned. It kind of sums up our season thus far. Assertively, we can still come out of this match with a win today, so Franic, Lowry and Hurd have all responded well. Gamero needs to do a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to sub Gamero. Eli Babar will come on for him. I'm going to passionately tell him, make the difference, and he doesn't care. Awesome. Awesome, Eli. You earned that Australian marquee contract. Oh, that's horrendous. Azullo with a tackle to tidy up, but Berisha still has the ball. Oh, god damn it. You're on a yellow, Connor. Just calm down. Ball goes back to Valafi now. This feels too slow, but that's okay. I'm hoping it's just either us scoring or it's a kick-off highlight. Hard to tell. Babal's gotten him behind. It's his first contribution to the game. It's a good strike, but Vukovic gets down well and forces that one out for a corner. Moy to take the corner now. He's gone front post, which we seem to do pretty much every time. Espandola with the ball. Can he find Moy down the line? He does now. It's a good ball in. Babal was in the area, but it's headed away by the Victory defence. Zullo got the ball here. Is this the end of the highlight? Comes square now to Retro. Finds Hurd. Back to Retro again. It's a good tackle high at the pitch from Valeri. He's released Barbarouses on the right-hand side. This is a worry. It's a deep ball in. Berisha's back stick. Bzanic has gone down in the box under the challenge of Franic and Chapman, but we've gotten it away just... I was worried with that counter-attack and the way it was starting up there. Espandola's picked up a knock. That isn't good. We might have to look at what subs we can make around the hour mark. Again, we don't have many on the bench, so there aren't a tremendous amount of options for us. I think we might push... What the fuck are we going to do here? Right, so... Clisby seems to be playing well. Zulo's picked up a knock, as has Espandola. I'm reluctant to change the back line because they seem to be performing pretty well, though Connor Chapman's yellow is a bit of a concern. We might have Zulo push up to the left wing, and I might bring Kisnorbo on. Can he actually anchor the midfield? We don't really have a choice. So Kisnorbo will anchor the midfield in place of Espandola. I'm going to assertively tell him, I think there's a lot more to come from you. He doesn't care, so I've just been pathetic with my team talk so far. Espandola's picked up an injury, so it's another winger that's hit the deck. A teenage winger as well. Michael Zulo's injured. God damn it. Okay, what do we do here? We'll have to bring Moy over to the left wing. Zulo will... Hang on. What just happened? Zulo, Bale can play on the right. And I guess the only other option is Marino up front at striker. Assertively, I think there's a lot more to come from you. He doesn't care, so I've just crushed these team talks. God damn it. If anyone else gets injured, we're going down to 10 men. Georgievski with the throw-in on the left-hand side. It's headed away by Hurd, but only as far as Georgievski. Dives into the challenge. Valeri with the strike. It's gotten away by Valafi, but only as far as Ben Kalfalar. And Lowry hacks that one clear. Marino's nowhere near it. He's not even challenging for it. That's pathetic. Clisby with the ball now. Played it back into the danger area. You don't clear into the midfield like that. Bozanic with the ball here. There's a good overlapping run, but Franich with an excellent tackle. Only as far as Valeri, who has just been a part of everything good that Victory have done as far as highlights go. Oh no, Payne's got him behind. It's a deep ball to back stick. Ben Kalfalar thankfully puts that one straight at Valafi and he holds. Oh, it's fucking heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, get it? Because we used to be Melbourne Heart. Valeri with the free kick now. Thankfully he screwed that one a bit wide. They have been well and truly on top of us in the second half here. Can we hold on and get a clean sheet? Valafi with the short goal kick. I have a feeling this is going to be it. And the referee calls full time, so it's a pretty fucking boring 0-0 draw. Assertive. Unlucky, boys. Just wasn't our day. Let's go with that. Chris Hurd has switched off. Assertively, let's tell him. Appreciate your efforts. You're unlucky. Okay, he doesn't care. But not the greatest game. Shane Lowry gets player of the match. Our backline was very good. 7.1, 7.9, 6.8, 6.8. Valafi with 6.9 in goals. It's the final third where we're just not either fashioning enough chances or not getting enough of those shots on target, which we really need to do. Hopefully, with the return of Partaloo and the 4 that we had away with the under-19 side, that means that we will start to get a bit more settled, and it's just the fact that we've been a little bit understaffed in the final third. Hopefully that's what that means. We are still undefeated, but 3 draws from your opening 3 contests isn't ideal by any stretch. Really love to get our first win of the season in this Adelaide game. They are a beatable side, but again, through the magic of editing, we'll skip ahead to that match. And ta-da! So here we are, the day of the Adelaide United fixture. We need to record our first win of the season. I'd love to do it while I'm actually friggin' recording an episode. That would be awesome. Corey Gamero, 5 goals in 6 appearances, though those goals came in 2 matches that he played in the FFA Cup, as have all the goals for Eli Babal as well. Or Eli Babal actually still hasn't scored in his 3 appearances, including the one off the bench in that last game. Let's just go with who's fit and ready to play at the moment. Zulo's knock appeared to have recovered, so has Espandola, but I'm going to continue with Clisby at left back. Give Zulo a week off and Partaloo a bit more time before we introduce him back into the squad. We might play Jacob Melling as the holding midfielder. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to bring... Alright, so let's try and get stability through the back line and go with Valafi, Clisby, Lowry, Chapman and Franich. Zulo will probably continue to start at left back when he gets back to full fitness, but 83%, there's no use to risking him now. Melling will go in and continue as understudy for Eric Partaloo. We'll play Moy ahead of him with Hurd. That gives a pretty solid base down in the midfield here. It's the wing positions that are hurting us at the moment. So I think we're going to go with Garucha on the left and we'll go with Retre on the right. Does that look okay? Yeah, screw it, let's do that. I'll let the assistant pick the bench and I guarantee he'll put 2 defenders on there. Yes, he has. He's gone with Zulo. I'm going to give Espandola the spot on the bench, so that gives us Kisnorbo to cover the defensive positions, Mork to cover the midfield roles, Espandola for the wings and Gamero up top. So we've got cover for each of the positions. How have Adelaide been performing so far this year? They are currently sitting down in 9th position. 1 draw, 2 losses. Hopefully this is a good time for us to play them. They might be low on confidence, but to be fair, we've just had fucking draws in all of our games, so they're probably looking at us being like it's a perfect time to play them as well. They are going to be missing Carrusca, Sierra and Palanca. Very Spanish influenced side. Is Adelaide United. They are managed by Josip Gombau in the game. He has since left in the real world, but a decent player. Played for Barcelona back in the day. I think he also had a coaching role at Espanyol in La Liga. And it really shows in their style of play. They play a really slow tempo passing game, lots of pretty little triangles and stuff. And their international players kind of reflect that. So they've got Zayas here, Spanish central midfielder, absolutely awesome. He's the closest that we have to like Xavi in the A-League. Just tremendous passing rate, would be around 90% passes completed. And sits at the base of that midfield and just dictates play and does all that sort of stuff. Pablo Sanchez is another winger. They also have Marcelo Carrusca, who they spoke about earlier, being out for this game. He's an Argentine. Trey Cortista, who's very, very good. They also have two ex-Melbourne Heart players in their ranks. Cameron Goodwin, who burst into the A-League as a Melbourne Heart player back in the day. He was exceptional as a left winger in those 4 appearances, and then he didn't sign a new contract despite being promoted from the youth side by the club that gave him his opportunity in the A-League. He went and played for Newcastle when Newcastle were absolutely terrible. So he got his appearances up, but really he would have been better off staying with the Heart and getting developing further in what was at the time a pretty decent side. Now he's back at Adelaide, which is his hometown club, and they seem to not be able to decide if he's a left winger or a left back, but that's fine. That's his issue to deal with. And Michael Moreno, who played for the Heart for 3 seasons from their foundation, really, really awesome right back, one of the better ones in the league during his time there. Started his career with his hometown club, Adelaide United, before coming over to Melbourne Heart to play the majority of the games there. Never scored for the team, but was good enough to get himself the big money move over to Shenzhen in the Chinese Super League. Get himself that big pay packet. It only worked out for a year, as it does so often with A-League players going over to Asia, and now he's been back at Adelaide for the last 2 years. But he's a very, very good player and a really solid right back for this level. Let's continue on. Going in strong on Isaiah. That's probably a good idea. We should close him down as much as possible. He will be their playmaker, and I'm going to calmly tell everyone I expect to win. Okay, who's nervous? Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry, you're 26 years old. You've played in the championship. This should not be the thing that makes you nervous. But really, I want to win. I want to finally get off the board. We're yet to lose, which I guess is good. We've kept 2 clean sheets in our opening 3 games. And even then, the Michael Tavares goal was an absolute screamer. Georgievski, not to forget, in that last match did hit the post, so maybe there's a bit of fortune to it as well. Hurd with the ball now. It's a good strike, but not on target, which sums up our season. Aaron Moyes picked up a knock, which is disappointing. Franich with the throw in here on the right-hand side. He's looked for Babal, who's found his way into the right-wing position. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Franich with a deep ball in, and that's where Babal should be challenging for it, but he's not. He came over to the wing for whatever reason, and Galekovic tidies up well. Eugene Galekovic, Adelaide United captain, really, really good goalkeeper. Usually one of the probably the 3rd choice goalkeeper that makes all the Socceroos squads for the national side. Babal with a strike, but that one isn't pretty, and that has gone well wide. He's actually returned to the A-League this year. He's going to be playing for Adelaide United, who is our opposition today. I went through his history a little bit. He got his chance overseas and then came back due to Red Star Belgrade not paying for him. Oh, here we go. Goodwin, is he going to strike or is he going to go back outside? It's come to Cassio. It's a front stick run. Giute, what a save from Valafi. That is phenomenal. If we get a clean sheet day, it'll be down to him. Moy with a strike, and that one was, Jesus, that's close to being a penalty. Still yet to get a strike on target in the last 2 games, I think. Good tackle from Hurd. He's recovered the ball well. Garuccio with it now on the left-hand side. Just needs to slow down, wait for support. He's got Hurd inside if he can get his head up. No, he's running into the corner. It's a deep ball across to Babal, and Babal has finished, but I think he's offside. He is. So we've found the back of the net, but it's a disallowed goal in the 24th minute. At least he knows where the goals are now. At least when he hits those balls, he should know where he's aiming. And it was a decent enough run and ball in from Garuccio. Moy with the free kick now. He's got it on target. Oh, Jesus, it's our first free kick on target, I think, of the season. Is that a throw-in? It is. Whose way? Their way. Really? It came off us? That is an interesting one. Alright, so we've had 2 shots on target. One disallowed, the other the strike from Moy. Good save from the keeper, to be fair. There'll be 2 minutes added on here. Looks like we've just shaded them in pretty much everything yet. Keep going, you can still win tonight. I am going to take Aaron Moy off because of that injury. Oh, he's actually not that bad, is he? 77% conditioning. He's only 2 behind Chris Hurd, so I'll hold off on that one. I'll give 15 more minutes and then we might introduce Stefan Mork for his first appearance of the season. Looks like Melling's doing okay in that holding role. We can also push Retro there if need be. Oh, it's a good ball out wide. Franich with a lovely tackle. He's sitting on a yellow. That's a concern. Moreno with the throw on the right. It comes to Sanchez. To Jitte, who's pulled out wide. Watson there. Good tackle from Hurd. Retro clears, but only as far as Cassio at the left back position. It's a deep ball in. Oh, God. Everyone's overrun it, and it's gone to Goodwin, and Valafi's pushed it onto the post, and it's hacked away by Lowry. We are riding our luck in this match. Oh, good save from Valafi, but really, like, that's pathetic defending from, I think it was Franich who missed it. Moy with the corner in now. Finds Hurd front stick, and he's put that one side netting. We just cannot find the back of the fucking net. All right, we are getting towards the hour mark now, so I might look at some subs. Doesn't look like... Moy's actually having a good game, and I don't think his injury is quite as bad as we thought. So we might... What are we going to do? We might push Moy out to the right wing and bring on Mork in the middle. He can fulfill that role, and I'll give Eli Babal... yeah, I'm dragging Babal. 6.4 for Gamero. Assertive. I think there's a lot more to come. Assertive. Have faith in you, make a difference. And he's at least relaxed. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you can see 54% possession, 8 shots, only 2 on target. We are just terrible in the final third. We have been training on attacking movement, so maybe we need to put everyone on a finishing regime as their individual training. Gamero's injured. Fan-fucking-tastic. I just brought him on. Who have I got that can play up front? Anyone? Is there anyone that can play up front? God damn it. I don't think I have anyone else that's able to play up front. It says Moy can maybe do it, but, like, do you want to make him? Alright, let's put... Through lack of anyone else being able to do it, we're going to have to put Aaron Moy up front. We'll swap Garucha over to the right wing, and we'll bring Espindola on the left wing. So I'm going to play with inverted wingers and an injured striker. Awesome. Awesome, lads. Assertively, I think there's a lot more to come from you. He doesn't care. Why would he care? He's 19. Everyone's so apathetic as a teenager. 20 minutes. Moy with the corner in now. Whips it in deep. Can we get a goal here? It's hit the deck, and Garucha has finally found the back of the net. His first senior goal in a not in a competitive fixture because he scored in the FFA Cup, but in the league itself. So it's a deep ball in. I think it's Hurd that gets the knockdown here. He does. It hits the deck, and Garucha doesn't waste any time, smashes that one in the roof of the net, and maybe that is the hint of luck that we needed. And it takes a 19-year-old winger in what must be maybe his 20th senior appearance and his first goal to finally get us off the mark. And it'll be interesting to see how long Gamero is going to be out for. Hopefully it's not too long. We're already missing Vidicic and Edwards in the final third. Oh, can we hold on here for 3 more minutes? Adelaide are going to have a throw in on that side. Clisby with a good tackle. Do we have one more counter attack in us? Espindola with the ball now. Plays back inside to Hurd. Just slow down. Gets his head up and looks at Moy. Just stop, Aaron. And he does. He plays it Mork. It's a crossfield switch from towards Garuccio, but it's a poor ball and it's cut out well. Sanchez on the left-hand side. Oh, there's a man front stick. Oh, thankfully Larry's gotten it away, but only as far as... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Bruce Kamau. I thought he was just going to tap that one in back stick. That really would have upset me. Larry hacks it away again. Come on, lads. 1.5 minutes. Can you not just not concede for 1.5 minutes? That would be great. You've done it multiple times throughout this game. And Franich has time, but really rather than carry it out, he just clears it. And we're putting ourselves under pressure by hacking it away. Watson with the ball forward to come out. It's a good strike. It's hit the bar, or Valafi saved. Valafi saved. It didn't look like that great a strike, actually. Valafi got over to it. McGowan's up and Hurd clears away. We are not making this at all easy on ourselves. Cassio with the deep ball in, finds Watson. It's gone back stick, and it's away by Clisby. Espindola has time. Just needs to carry it into the corner and hold it there. Just hold it, Hernan. Hold it. Finds Mork. He's got Hurd square. There's an overlapping run from Espindola. Oh, it's a good tackle. Only as far as Hurd, though. Oh, come on. Blow the whistle, ref. You can blow it 10 seconds early. I won't get mad. Sanchez with a crossfield ball. Watson's in the area, and it looked like Kamau was offside, but Clisby with the ball now. Played up the line, and the referee, thank fuck, calls full time. So it's a first victory. A first home win for us this season, assertively. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. And Chris Hurd gets player of the match with his 1 assist and an 8.3. Pretty actually good performance from him. Looks like Mork did well off the bench as well. Better than Aaron Moy was prior to that anyway. And Moy just fills in everywhere. I'm hoping he hasn't picked up too much of a knock. Let's have a look at the post-match here. 54% possession of their 46. They had 4 shots, 3 on target, so ruthlessly efficient from them, and 11 shots, only 3 on target for us. We continue to be poor in front of goal. I know Babal had a goal ruled out, but to be honest, he was well offside. Oh, Jesus Christ. And Adelaide are comfortably sitting down here in 9th position. So really, that's a game you'd expect to win. We are still undefeated. I shouldn't be too critical because we are still undefeated. But in 4 games to have 2 goals for, 1 against isn't ideal. So we need to hopefully just get some of these players back into full fitness. And that will see us get a bit more stability in that front 3 and hopefully some better performances as a result. Let's have a look at the schedule and what we have coming up. I will probably stop this episode here because we've done our double header for the episode, but the next one will likely continue straight on for the Brisbane Roar game and our FFA Cup semi-final. It'll give us the chance to head into our first final as either Melbourne Heart or Melbourne City, so it should be a good game, and Brisbane Roar have a really good history in the league as well. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate your views more than anything. If you want to chuck any comments or feedback in the comment section below, absolutely do that. I'll do my best to respond to every individual comment, and of course, if you have any links to your own YouTube content, put it in the comment section below. I'll go and check it out. I'll send a like your way. More than anything, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.